Hi everyone, this is Group 1 and today we want to touch up on the reading Gang Leader for a Day, the chapters 5 through 8. So I have a question for Ron. So Ron, let's say that you were one of the residents at Robert Taylor. Would you say that Miss Bailey's immoral actions are justified?
Absolutely not. I personally found chapter six talking about Miss Bailey. She's depicted as a character who takes charge of the whole community. She's a leader figure that is not gang related. She tries to help out the young drug addicted single mothers while running various councils in the building. On the other hand, you can also find out some disturbing facts relating to Miss Bailey. Since she knows that she pretty much has a control over the whole community, she always tries to get what she desires. For example, if one is in need of something, Miss Bailey will sleep with one's man in exchange, or she would trade alcohol for food or clothing. The most imprudent and unethical thing she does is that she cuts the pay off the most residents for her own profits. And generally speaking, like nothing can justify negative manipulation. I mean, if it's morally wrong, it is just wrong. Miss Bailey could surely have found an alternative way to be not only just responsible for the community, but also be respected by it. I think one's choice can make a huge difference in a society like the one in this story. So in this kind of gang societies, there are problems with men abusing women. So Jun, what do you think is the best way for women to protect themselves from men abusing them?
So much of the information about this issue is raised in chapter 7. This story explains about the existence of prostitutes like Cordella. In an unorganized society like this, there is always prostitution going on. Since women are physically weaker than men, they have less chances to get employed. Most of the uneducated people take on jobs that involve physical strength, and women have less potential to make money for a living through these jobs. Therefore, they engage themselves in these kind of dark and illegal activities. And furthermore, there are problems for men as well. When Sudhir opens a women's writing workshop, he was suspected for sleeping with the girls in these workshops. Men who act in favor of women in these societies may be accused like this. So the answer to this problem is kind of complicated, and I do not see a way to solve these kind of problems unless education is promoted. If women in these societies graduate from college, they will not have to become prostitutes. They can work in better environments like companies. And furthermore, men like Sudhir who try to help women's rights will be praised and welcomed by the society instead of being suspected for illegal activities. Therefore, it is sad to say, but education is the only answer I have for you. So, throughout the chapters, we see a lot of unusual or unexpected phenomena that surprise us. One of them of Officer Jerry and the cops. So Larry, what do you think what they do in the book is hardly similar to the police we know of? How did you think of the cops?
Certainly the cops in the book appeared to be out of rule of law. They almost threatened Sudhir at the bar, and Officer Jerry especially even breaks into Sudhir's car. Not to mention how Jerry beats up the guy who did not pay him back on time. Reading the chapter 7, reading the chapter, I got an impression that the cops acted as if they were a gang group too. Instead of the Black King, there was the cops, and the cops was even higher in the hierarchy than the Black Kings. I understand that the police officers who are in charge of the district of Robert Taylor are not usual police officers we would encounter in the streets. I've seen several great police officers around Emory, and I respect them. In the book, I think the author shows another bad environment of Robert Taylor.
I mean, so generally speaking, I think this kind of community life in the book would not fit me or others very well. Even though they support each other and stick to each other when in needs, they have no set up rules or laws to follow or even break. However, current society is unlike the one in the story. They are more individualistic and too busy for themselves. Do you think there are any possible ways to reduce or emphasize the idea of cooperation and unity to current society without any disorder? That's the question for you guys to answer.
Well, thank you for watching the video.
Peace.